I know you've heard it 1,000 times, but Oneil Cruz has put on a show, and the dude is absolutely massive.
Short hop play and gun to first.
All the benefits of having a 6'7" shortstop.
Diving stop, Cruz to his feet. Look at that! Maybe away ball.
Wow.
And a drive to right center field. Look at the Cruz missile.
The dude hit a ball 112 miles per hour while also throwing a ball 96.7 miles per hour in his debut. Not long after that, he chucked one over to first at 97.8 miles per hour. But hang on, the whole point of this video is to talk about how strange his glove is. Every single shortstop in the MLB has something in common with their gloves, and it's the fact that they're all small. So Fernando Tatis Jr., 11.75 I web. Xander Bogaerts, 11.5-inch H web. Corey Seager also has an 11.5-inch H web. Trey Turner, 11.5-inch single post. To finish it off, Carlos Correa has an 11.75 braided single post web, and it looks so good. So the whole point of having a smaller glove is to be quicker and smoother on transfers. That also means that all these gloves have generally shallow pockets. This is actually Andrelton Simmons' glove. It's 11.5 inches, and it is super shallow. You can tell by how tall it is from that angle there. I think I like subconsciously chose this glove. Like it matches the Jose Ramirez glove like exactly.
Yeah.
Cruz's glove is just so much different than theirs, but before we get into the weird stuff, we have to go through the basics first. So Cruz wears the glove 2 in the pinky with his finger out, and you can tell his hands are really big because so much of his hand is showing in this picture. He also flares the thumb and the pinky, which is obviously very normal nowadays. And side note, he also writes the monkey on his ring finger. He's got 2 hinges. He breaks the glove in very evenly. He tightens up his fingers and his web. And one thing that you'll notice is he actually dips his index finger down a ton. So it kind of pulls the web down too with it, and it curls these fingers off to the side. It looks a little goofy, but it's what he does. Just so you know, tightening up your fingers is a huge pain in the butt. You have to start here and get all over. The web, on the other hand, is actually really easy. You literally just have to pull on this piece here. By pulling this, you're going to cause the web to be a little bit tighter and actually hang down just a little bit more. For anybody who wants a stiffer glove in general, you're going to want to tighten both of these. Wow, it's starting to feel like a different glove. You can see, like, by pulling on this a ton, you're also encouraging that index finger to really dip down. We can finally talk about the weird stuff now. I spent a week trying to figure out exactly what glove model he's using because I'm pretty sure I know what it is, but I can't find anything online. Cruz's glove model looks shockingly similar to the JR11, which is what I'm holding now. This is the Jose Ramirez glove. It is 12 inches, and it is by far the biggest 12-inch glove I've ever used. This is the Rawlings Kb17. That's the Chris Bryant model. It's 12.25 inches, and I literally think that this still looks smaller than this, even though it's measured out to be bigger. Even though this is marked down as 12 inches, it's definitely at least 12.25 and possibly even bigger. It is surprisingly hard to tell how big his glove actually is because the dude is 6'7", but then I came across this photo that changed everything. This is Oneil Cruz standing next to some random jabroni. He seems to be very average, maybe 5'9", 5'10", and as you can see, the glove is like perfectly in frame. If I were to crop it out and actually put it on the smaller dude, it would probably look huge. And that was exactly correct. The glove literally looks like an outfielder's glove on him, and I even shrunk it down a little bit after cropping it out because he's just a couple steps behind Oneil Cruz, and holy cow, it just looks huge. So this is enough evidence for me to just say that this has to be the JR11 because this is the biggest 12-inch glove I've ever seen. It legitimately looks like an outfield glove. That means that the biggest shortstop in the MLB is also using the biggest glove at that position, and when you think about it, I guess it kind of makes sense. Having a glove this big at shortstop is extremely uncommon, but then I thought about Shaq.
How I beat Shaq.
If you were to walk up to Shaq and say, here, use this 11.5-inch glove, he would like actually laugh at you because it just wouldn't work. Cruz is big enough to where he can actually break these norms at shortstop, and his hands are just so dang big, so it kind of makes sense. And as long as he's able to make the plays, quick transfers, get the ball to first, then it only benefits him from having a longer glove. You have more reach. So he tightens the finger, he flares the thumb and the pinky, he pushes the index finger in, he wears it 2 in the pinky. These are all normal things. The last part, I've literally just never seen before. I have no idea why he does this. Cruz puts athletic tape on the laces in between his fingers. I have so many unanswered questions as to like, why? Does it add like some kind of benefit to the glove? Does he feel like it adds stiffness? How often does he replace the tape? I'd imagine it's like weekly or something like that. How much tape does he put around each one? Like, these are all little things that I just have no clue what the answer is. So when you add it all up, this is just one of the weirdest break-ins, weirdest gloves I've seen in the MLB by far. But this glove is officially in Cruz control. That's good. That's good.
That was cool.
I knew you would like that one.
I liked it a lot.
Let's go take ground balls. I don't really know what to expect, but the biggest thing we want to pay attention to is, does this glove feel too deep? Also, a little side note, he does wear 2 in the pinky, but his index finger is still on the index finger of the glove. That gives you a little bit more feel for the ball. It's insane how much tighter and stiffer this glove is. After having tightened up the thumb and then also the tape on his fingers, I think it adds a little bit of stiffness, but I'm still not really 100% sure. Like, it feels great, it feels fine. I feel like I'd have to use it in game to really decide if I like it or not. But I honestly don't even have any comments about the tape yet. So I actually made a different video on this glove in the past, just on like the Jose Ramirez version of it. I actually like this one much better. I just feel like I have more of a feel for the ball. It's a little bit stiffer, a little bit tighter, and it makes a little bit more sense for your typical infielder. After watching a bunch of his highlights though, it seems like it's never even like a problem for him. I've never seen him have like issues with transfers or anything like that. Obviously, yes, his hands are quite a bit bigger than mine, but I don't know. Maybe we should consider using this type of a glove more for, you know, your middle infielder. I'm not saying everybody should, but maybe some of us could. Yeah, I mean, this thing's like a, wow. I don't know. I don't think I reached that with an 11.5-inch glove. One thing we should consider is actually glove flips. I don't think I've ever seen Oneil make a glove flip, but I don't think you'll have a problem. It's more of just getting used to the size of the glove. Yeah, that's like the biggest thing. It doesn't feel like super awkward. Obviously those weren't, I mean, you didn't really see where those go, but those weren't exactly great glove flips, but when you use the glove more and more and more, you'll get a feel for how it's actually coming out of the glove. All right, you guys, do not forget, you can always pick up your USA OG logo hats, and then also go team, support it, you guys. Support Ball Glove King, ballgloveking.com. Love you guys. If you like this style video, you'll like the one we did on Matt Chapman. Go check it out. Matt Chapman is just elite, and so is his glove.